It's not called Hollyweird for no reason. On the outside, on a surface level, it looks great. It's glamorous, it's shiny, all the cool people are in it, and it's a big club, and once you're in it, it feels great at first. But then, once you get into it, once you peel all those layers, and you start realizing what you got yourself into, it's a vile place. It's dark and perverted. And you can see they're drinking all the good Fiji water and the Moët champagne, and they're having fun. But let's see from themselves. What did they do to get here? And who do they worship?
Thank you to that geezer over there, Adam. He said, I've got to find somebody who can be absolutely charisma-free and reviled by everybody. So he went, that's got to be Bale. Thank you to Satan for giving me inspiration on how to play this role.
He's not hiding it because he's with his own people. He's comfortable. Everyone is doing the same thing. Everyone in Hollywood is involved in this thing, more or less. Let's move on to Lady Gaga.
Sometimes they don't want to, and they're, Gaga, we can't get, the frequency's weird, and, it's sounding a little bit strange, and I'm like, if you don't get this right now, I swear to Lucifer, I'm gonna, I get a little bit mad.
Do you have a kitchen on the bus you cook?
Did you realize what she said? She said it so casually, I swear to Lucifer. And did you notice that this guy, the talk show host, he didn't even say anything? Like, you swear to Lucifer, at least mention it, right? But he acted perfectly normal, because it is normal for them. This is their world. It's what they do. If you're not a Satanist in Hollywood yet, you're on that path. Let's move on.
Kind of really opened my mind up to a whole bunch of things on this little spirit journey I went on. And so on this new record, I wrote about it a lot. Like, I have a song called Past Lives and a song called Supernatural, which is about sexy times with a ghost.
Yeah, let's talk about that.
Yeah.
You had sex with a ghost.
Okay, well, I mean...
no one's judging you.
I'm kind of jealous of you.
It's like a real, like, I know, crazy Kesha with her crazy sex with the ghost.
No, it's totally believable.
But it really happened.
Judgment.
So tell us why we want to know the story.
No, I lived in this house up Laurel Canyon that the second I walked in there, I was like, there's some crazy energy in here. And so I was like, I'm taking this room. And it was like a flop house. So I just, this energy wouldn't ever let me sleep. It would just wake me up at night. And it was super crazy. And then it just got more and more pervy.
Maybe I could talk to you a little bit about magic. Is that
Sure,
is
yeah,
that okay?
I love magic.
Because, like, I've read from a number of different sources that that's one of the main themes of you on your album. But we're not talking like David Copperfield magic here, are we?
No, I mean, I like that kind too.
Sure.
But I'm talking more the magic that we experience in life, whether it's love or a drunken evening,
Yep.
dancing till the sun rises, making out with a ghost.
Do you think some people are more kind of prone to things like that happening to them than others?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm prone to that because
Yeah.
I'm very open to the supernatural. I've experienced multiple ghosts in my life, or supernatural energies, whatever you want to call them. So it's just like the symbolism and the occult is kind of always in the peripheral. I am definitely drawn to the occult.
You have a very close relationship with your fans, to the point that you asked each of your fans to send you a tooth.
Yeah.
Okay, let's talk about that a little more.
Let's talk about it.
What
I
was the
love
plan? What was the plan? You get the teeth.
Well, I don't know. Okay, so I like wearing body parts as jewelry. So I thought I wanted to wear my fans because I love my fans more than anything in the world.
Right.
So I thought they could send me their teeth, and then I made a headdress out of them, and I had like 1,000. So now I'm making a bra because I had so many left over.
You're making a bra out of human teeth. Okay.
When you say it like that, it sounds really weird, but it looks cute.
How else can you say it to not sound weird? I mean, it's all about the rituals with these people. You notice she said she was having sexy time with a ghost. You know, ghosts are demons. And then she said that the ghost was bothering her at night and she would wake her up. When I was young, I used to have these experiences where, you know, people call them night terrors or something like that. I would get this crazy feeling of horror. And I would wake up during the night and I would scream my lungs off. And my entire house, my parents would wake up and come quickly to me. Sometimes I would be sleepwalking. And it was always that feeling of horror, that feeling of something else is present in the room. And once I woke up and I had a large flower in my room. And again, I had this feeling of horror. And I woke up and I saw that large plant in my room. It just fell down. So that's when I knew this is more than just a coincidence or just nightmares. The spirit world is real. And these guys are leaning into it. I was scared of it. But they're going heavily into it. They're doing occult rituals. It's all about rituals to them. You can see they're starting to do the rituals live now. Taylor Swift just done a magic ritual, a satanic ritual during a concert. You can see Kesha was talking about the rituals. Megan Fox is doing rituals with her boyfriend, sucking each other's blood and who knows what else. We saw in a previous video how Azealia Banks was doing her brujeria in her apartment. I don't even want to remember about that. Her apartment looked disgusting from all the ritual sacrifice she did in there. But Alice Bailey, she was a theosophy writer and practitioner. She wrote a book in 1950 something. It was called The Externalization of the Hierarchy. And she said that in 2025, in the year 2025, starts a 7-year period where the demons would become more visible to the real world. So I guess it started a bit earlier, but we're seeing, I don't know, what we're going to see next. And we can see that people are starting to wake up to these things. And even the people inside Hollywood, they're starting to wake up. And they're starting to see that there's a different world out there. Let's hear it from Shane Lynch. He used to be part of Ozone boy band a few years ago. And he tells us what's happening in Hollywood, of the spiritual battle that's going on in Hollywood.
I've been in rooms at the top of the top, which albums are prayed over demonically. Music is prayed over demonically. That goes out to the world, goes out to the radio stations, goes out to the public. And when you see that stuff and know that stuff, it's frightening.
What do you mean by that, Shane, prayed over demonically?
So rituals, ceremonies, everything to bring, to give light to the devil, to Satan. It's a satanic music industry. That's majority of what it is.
Do you mean figuratively, or do you mean literally you've been in...
Literally, yes.
And
Not figuratively.
Can you share what those albums were? Were they your albums?
No, they weren't our albums, no. They were not Boyzone albums. So that's what I mean by not every music is that. But it was on the stepping stone to that. So you're going back to 1993s into 2000s. And then if you look at what the music is today, the industry is today, for all your Sam Smiths to your Dojo Cats to your Beyoncés they are so demonic, it's unbelievable. And we can't, it's in front of us. It's something that we kind of go, oh, it's just music. But it really isn't. It's absolutely taken over the world, taken over our children, and taken over everything that's coming to the times of world crisis.
This reminds me of an old interview with a guy called Mike Todd. He was a witch turned evangelist, and he was deep into the music industry a few decades ago, I think. And he was saying how exactly the same thing, how people are demonically praying over these albums and then they were sending them into the world. Kind of like a demonic blessing to affect the people listening to them. And in a later interview from just a few months ago, Shane Lynch exposes more about the music industry. Let's hear what he has to say.
And I'll bring it out with your Beyoncés and your Taylor Swifts and all that. Like, not to go dark straight away, but it's right in front of you. You're looking at people doing live witchcraft on stage, live spiritual performances on stage, live demonic performances on stage to all of our children. And it's just a performance. What's the problem? It's just a hood. What's the problem? It's just a pentagon on the ground. What's the problem? They're doing live stuff in front of us. It's a big problem, but we're just going, it's a performance, isn't it? It's so real and so rife that it's disgusting in my mind of music. That's just where I'm at. So I know the tones of the big guys at the top. They are doing all this. We're puppets on a string, puppets on a thing. Like even going down to the P. Diddy stuff and where he's at. You look at 20 years of influence over us as a generation and the music, and it's the girls, it's the money, it's the cars, it's the this. And we grow up thinking it's the girls, it's the money, it's the cars, and it is. And then eventually they cut the legs off it and look where he is now. So if they can puppeteer you into these situations, they will. And it comes demonically from the top. I don't even know how we got to this point, but it does. The industry's a dark-ass place.
The higher you get on the hierarchy, the more money you make. When you get to that $20 million club, $30 million club, 40, 50, that's where you're going to meet the devil. He's going to show up a bit early, dangling some toys in front of your face, trying to get you to do some stuff that you wouldn't do otherwise for a bit of money. But then when you get to those higher levels, it's plain. Exactly as in Masonry. At the first levels, they just tell you a few things so that they can attract you. They give you a bit of honey, they give a bit of sugar, and then when you get to the higher levels, to the 30th, 31st, 32nd, 33rd degree, that's when they drop the bomb on you. And even Albert Pike, who wrote the Moral Dogmas of Freemasonry, the famous book, he said that we worship Lucifer, plain and simple. They're not hiding it anymore. And they may say it as a joke, as Rihanna did. Let's listen to her again.
And of course, Rihanna is in the building.
Hey, Angie.
I cannot believe it's been so long that we have done this.
You know, I am misunderstood a lot at times. My music, my image, people have their whole their whole thing about me, whether it be me being a devil worshiper or whatever, besides them reading into my hand over my eye on my album cover.
Why is your hand over your eye on your album in front of
Because I'm a devil worshiper. What are you talking about?
Even if they're hiding, they can't hide forever. So they'll have their slip-ups. Sometimes they're just probably tired of hiding and they'll just come out plainly, like Christian Bale did at the Golden Globe Awards. You know, Lady Gaga will probably have a few slip-ups here and there, but you can't avoid it. It's everywhere. You may think, it's pop music, it's safe, or country music, or even gospel music. It's everywhere. Wherever there's a bit of fame, bit of money, and promises of a better life, Satan's there, waiting, dangling that life in front of you. Let's move on.
I kind of get possessed by the devil when I'm performing. I like headbanged so hard that I got concussion, which is funny. Sometimes I feel like I have to give everything in a short space of time, depending on whether I'm supporting someone. I supported Taylor at Hyde Park earlier this year.
This spirit is in every music style, but it's more prevalent and more out there in this rock music, in metal, death metal, and all the versions of it. They're not hiding it there. But when you get someone who used to be in that world and became a Christian, then he'll tell you straight how it is. And one of these people is Dave Mustaine, the singer from Megadeth. So let's hear what he has to say.
Mustaine says he is a Christian now, but wasn't always.
My mom was a Jehovah's Witness. I was brought up as a witness, and I revolted into the witchcraft because I hated going out and knocking on people's doors.
Yes, witchcraft. As a teenager, Mustaine says, he cast 2 hexes. The first was on a bully who sucker punched him.
From what I heard, he got in a car accident, and something happened to part of his body that I had targeted in the hex, and that showed me that it was real.
The second was on a girl he was in a class with.
Everybody wanted her, including me, but she was so out of my batting average and just totally out of my league. And I did it, and the next day she was in my apartment.
You were convinced that these hexes, spells that you were casting, worked.
I was, and I do believe in the dark side. Most people think that, black magic and witchcraft and stuff like that isn't real or it doesn't work. And I know that it works.
Mustaine's fascination with the occult continued into his adulthood.
I was doing a lot of blood pacts with people. This is before we found out about AIDS. It was real simple stuff where you cut your thumb and you rub it with somebody else and become blood brothers. I don't want to make a spiritual covenant and mixing my life with somebody else who I don't know who they are or how they are. The Bible said that blood is life.
And like so many people we have met, Mustaine believes that he opened the door to demonic forces, which had a profound impact on his life. There are some songs Mustaine will no longer sing.
Are you noticing a theme? Witchcraft, rituals, Satan worship. It's all the same theme. And it's in different industries. It's more blatant, more visible in this heavy metal music. And you can even see it in modeling. In a previous clip, I showed Tom Brady confessing to his wife being a witch and how he's won so many cups and prizes because of his wife's witchcraft. So it's everywhere. Let's move on to the next one.
Another gift for you, and is right here in this little circular thing. What do we have for little Uzi?
It's my father, the Pale Emperor.
He is?
Listen here. At age 27, I will leave this earth for this man right here. He's the Pale Emperor.
Did you notice what he said? He was holding a picture of Satan, and he said that's his father. This reminded me of something that Jesus said to the Pharisees. He said that you are of your father, the devil, and you are doing his will. Notice he said that at 27, he's going to leave this world. Well, he's 31, and he's still here. So, does that make him a false prophet? The next clip I want to show you is of a movie called Dear Santa. I want to show you an interview with the producers talking about how they picked the lead role for this film.
And as soon as we heard it, we're like, yeah, we'll do that.
It's so inventive, it's so creative, and obviously you're both reuniting with Jack Black after the Shallow Hal success. More than 20 years later, he seems just tailor-made for this role. Peter, what is it about this that knew Jack Black had to be the guy?
Because this is like kind of like it's a funny Satan, sort of the way, Damn Yankees had a funny Satan. And you need somebody who's innately likable and not threatening. And Jack Black is that. He's kind of similar to how he was in School of Rock, where he's like a little edgy to the kids, but he's also appealing to adults, both. It doesn't work without him. And it's probably the first time we ever got the first person we offered a role to. Everybody passes on us, and then we get someone good.
I wonder why everybody passed on this role. And what do you know? Jack Black is perfect for this role. Just like in the School of Rock. I don't think it has anything to do with his allegiance, right? Nah.
Why are we in hell? We never did anything evil.
That's easy. You sold your souls. I got a contract.
I already showed you in a previous video how Jack Black admitted to selling his soul. And now he's mocking and playing a role saying the same thing. And there's an old video of him leading a satanic prayer.
Who wants to pray to the devil with me? Let me see those horns. Let me see those horns. Metal, metal, metal. Now take the hand of the person next to you. Dear Dark Lord Satan, hope everything's good with you. Just want to say hi and
Yeah, I don't want to hear that. You might think all of these are just jokes. They're just kidding. They're being edgy. But how are they all making the same joke over and over again? These jokes get old. They make the same hand symbols. If you still think these people are joking after all the evidence I've showed you, coming from their own mouths, I don't know what to say then. Let's move on to the next one.
Are you critical of yourself?
All the time. Yeah, it just gives me the creeps to watch myself. We're doing this, the show Alpha House, and I'm running for office again, and there's a big bus, and it had like a 10-foot picture of my face on it. Just, oh. It made me want to go back to Satan worship.
That was an awkward laugh. That was John Goodman admitting to devil worship. Johnny Depp said the same thing, that he never watched even one of his movies because he's creeped out. My thoughts is these guys are performing while being possessed by demons, and they don't want to see the demons perform, so they'd rather not watch themselves. But that's just a thought. Even those who went along with the system recognize the cost. Fame comes at a price, and many find out too late. In a way, it's never too late, because whenever you find out, whenever you want to go back to God, He's waiting, just like He was waiting for the prodigal son. He's waiting for you to come back to Him. He has a mantle prepared for you and a ring. He can't wait to make you His son again and for Him to be your God again. All the fame, money, attention this world offers, it's all temporary. Satan has a temporary offer. We saw last time that Bob Dylan is 84 or 85 years old and he's still going strong at it. He's still touring, he's still singing, performing at concerts. And he said it himself. He has an oath to do. He has a contract. He has a bargain that he needs to fulfill. Satan offers toys, but Jesus offers eternal life. And he said, what good is it for someone to gain the whole world, but lose his soul in the process? It's never too late to go back to God. But you might be so settled that you're cut off from God, that you're not willing to go back to God. You think you're too far gone. These celebrities may be confessing their allegiance, but you have a choice. You don't have to follow the crowd. You can follow Christ. He said, my yoke is easy. Satan's yoke is not easy. He makes you do some horrible things for him, sacrifices that you're not willing to make. And once you make those choices, when you come out the other door, you won't be the same man again. And it's not worth it. A few years of pleasure to give up eternal life is not worth it. And if you don't know God yet, seek Him. Read His Word. Pray. Find out for yourself that He is good. God said, taste and see that the Lord is good. And remember, only Jesus gives peace that the world and the devil can never offer. See you in the next one.